Hey everyone, HEYJKP here. It's been a while since I've posted a video, but I'm gonna post one now because that's what I'm doing. Anyways, there's so much that's been happening that I don't even know where to start. I've been in Montreal for 7 months, and let me tell you, it's been a heck of an adventure. I've gone through a roller coaster of emotions. There's been so much that has been going on, from feeling so much happiness, so much joy, love, to feeling depressed, to feeling financial stress, to feeling heartbreak, to like feeling unfulfilled and like questioning myself and feeling fearful, doubtful, having spontaneous moments. It's been a lot of stuff, and I think this is a period that I've never experienced in my life in terms of really questioning who I am and finding out what I want to do and what my purpose is and what my calling is. And I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but there's been something that's been calling me to do specific work, and it's always been to inspire, to help others, but I never knew what that looked like, but I've always been like working towards that. And Montreal helped me find that, and I grew a lot spiritually. I know it sounds crazy, but it's so hard to describe when you haven't gone through certain things, because everybody has different journeys. Everybody goes through things differently, has different perspectives, but I feel like some stuff you're not meant to be able to understand. You just feel it. I'm just at the point where I just don't care because of everything that has happened, and I really want to create work that speaks to me, that where I feel fulfilled and where it's meaningful. And that's why I haven't been posting a lot on my social media platforms. It's been a lot of, it's always an adventure with creatives or like entrepreneurs or people even trying to work on themselves or find out who they are. It's never like happy moments, and whoever says it's always good moments is lying. But the thing is, like, you need those hard moments to be able to blossom into something that you never even knew you could become. But people give up so easily that they are almost there. It's how they say it, it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. They're almost there. Anyways, I'm gonna go straight into basically like the new branding that I want to do, the new work that I want to do, and it's really like conversing with other people's souls in order to help them find like their true essence, like who they really are. In today's world, we have created so many superficial layers, so many stigmas, that we try to portray what we think will be socially acceptable, and we forget about finding out who we really are as a person. Or we compare ourselves, we judge, and we've all done it, okay, including myself. We're too quick to understand, other people's stories. We like lose patience. We, especially with young creatives who I've met over the past like year and a half of, discovering myself as a creative too, the whole Instagram thing with like likes and followers and having to post a certain amount of times in a day and like following color schemes or copying other people, like, yo, stop that. You lose the purpose for creating. Like, you lose trying to find out what you're trying to showcase to people, like your own uniqueness. And I'm not saying, don't like copy others in terms of like trying to learn their techniques, but add your own pizzazz to it. Add your own individuality to the work. Don't get caught up into that, because then you want to become like them, and then you think again that you're not good enough, or you feel like you'll never get there. But everything always takes time. Like, it is hard to get there, but you have to practice and have that will and that hunger to want to get better. And a lot of people don't want to go through that, but you have to, especially if you want to learn and grow and differentiate yourself from a lot of people. When I started taking photos of people here, it was less of my surroundings. It was a lot of my surroundings in Vancouver, but in Montreal, I started losing that inspiration for even going outside to take photos. And then I started to meet like these amazing people. And it was mostly like musicians and different artists and photographers, and I started taking pictures of them. But before that, like, I started learning about their stories. And I love connecting with people. I love inspiring, connecting, and empathizing with people through like things that they've gone through. Like, it's not just photography. That comes with part of my work. That's what inspires me to create what I do and what I have in my head too. It's like so hard to describe like my imagination, which a lot of people have, like this creativity that it just wants to come out, or they've never like tapped into. And it doesn't have to be with just, you know, like photography, videography, like being a makeup artist, like musician or whatever. It can be with like different things you've always wanted to do in life, but you're just you know, you're just thrown back because either you're too afraid to, you're afraid to fail, or you just want to be socially accepted and do what everybody else is doing to be like stable and safe. And we lose, I guess, those moments of really experiencing things in life. And I've had others ask me, well, you know, you have to like make it in life and like make money and blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, I get it, I understand. It's like a whole nother conversation about like managing your money and like what to do with that. But losing everything in Montreal and starting over, I would not give any of that up for money. Like I feel like whatever situation that I'm in, I will hustle and like survive. It doesn't matter, but I want to be happy with what I'm doing, because I've been unhappy on a lot of the things that I've tried to do or thought that I wanted to in order to please others, and it never got me anywhere. It always brought me back to like, what the hell? And I never knew what it was. And throughout being in Montreal, I really discovered that the person who was bringing me back the most was myself, because I was building all these stupid fears, holding myself back, putting others in front of myself, from like really taking the time to discover, you know, what it is I want to do and being happy being all by myself, which I feel like a lot of us don't really like have that time to do that, or we forget that because we're stuck in, it's like noise, like a bunch of noise in today's world. So that's what I want to do with my work, and I have a lot of goals with it too, and I know I will get there. It doesn't matter when or how much time it will take, but my goal in the long run is right now I'm starting off with the self-portrait, which is going to depict my like emotions, all like the emotions that I've been going through here and why. The second project that I'm doing is, I really ask myself, like, if I'm trying to find people's true essence and like really trying to connect and help them find out who they are, how can I do that when I don't even understand myself? So I'm doing that experiment on myself, not experiment, but like project. So I'm choosing different characteristics of who, like, I've discovered of myself, like this is who I am, and owning it and showing everybody like this is who I am, take it or leave it. And it's gonna be basically like the photography of self-portraits mixed in with a lot of my digital art. And after that, I'm going to be chatting with some people, finding people who want to take part in the projects and helping showcase like who they really are. After that, like my goal, my hella goal, is to be able to showcase that raw and like real life, you know, like people or instances or whatever imagination that I have, the creativity, is an art gallery, like in New York and San Francisco, like all those huge places, like art museums. Oh my goodness, would I be freaking because I want to touch others and I want to show other people that we're all the same. Like we all go through the same things. We handle emotions differently, but we're all human, and it's okay. It's okay to go through this, and we're not meant to understand everything. We just need to give each other like love and passion and stop hating on each other and just support each other. But along with that, there's gonna be other projects that I'll work on talking to different people and asking them to portray and like tell me, you know, what does depression look like for you? What does fear look like? And really depicting that in the pictures. And it might get dark, but like, I want to show that. I don't want to be afraid to show those emotions, because I feel like those emotions or what you go through is part of like what helps you grow as a person. And it's not just like stuff, dark stuff, but it's also, you know, like what love looks like, unconditional love. What does happiness look like for people? And you know, what is fear? What does doubt look like? What does support look like? What is making it look like? Different perspectives, like different projects, and then showcasing that in galleries. And working on a book to also talk about like all the art, all the people, really transcending people's stories through that, because I feel like art is so, it's part of our lives, it's everywhere. And for me, it's really about connecting with people and inspiring them. So that's what I really want to do. Yeah, the other updates are I'll be going back to Vancouver in 2 weeks, March 5th. I'm leaving Montreal. I'm literally picking up all my shit and I'm leaving because like I'm not inspired. Like I feel like I have just been really negative here and it's not the place where I need to be right now. So I had a friend, I've had a lot of you know, support, and like one friend who has told me like, you know, again, you're your worst enemy. If you want to do something, just go and do it. Like if you don't want to be here, then go. If you have the opportunity to do something, then take it, just do it. So I literally booked my ticket like a week ago and I'm like, I'm leaving. I want to make my travel dreams like come true too, because I feel like I have a calling in Tokyo. So I will be going to Tokyo for a month in April 30th. So I'll be leaving and super stoked about that because it's been like years, freaking years that I've been putting off this dream. And the other time that I said I was gonna travel, it took 2 years to get my citizenship and I couldn't, but grateful that I didn't go because I wouldn't have found out that I had the passion to become a photographer and like a digital artist. So yeah, I just booked my ticket. I had like a fuck it Jackie moment and just booked my ticket for a month, hoping that it doesn't get canceled with all the virus stuff going on. And if it does, I'll book my ticket somewhere else. But yeah, I just don't have that fear anymore. Starting over, going to places, taking risks or doing things. I feel like life is too short, literally, and it sounds cheesy, but through all the experiences that I've had, like I just don't give a fuck anymore about being fearful or doubtful or like waiting for people's validation of who I already know, who I already know that like that I am. I don't need validation of anybody telling me that my work is good enough and not good enough. Like people are always gonna have something to say, and that's fine, and that's totally fine. We're all human. But yeah, I don't care anymore. But I'm always sending good vibes to all of you. I have such an appreciation to everybody that has helped me through so much. Like after going through all of this, I can say that I'm so excited. Like I'm going back to who I am, because I lost myself over the last few months. I couldn't even recognize myself, and I'm so excited, and I'm excited to see all my family and friends in Vancouver. I'm excited to connect with like people that I haven't met who have like reached out, and working with people who really want to like impact and make a difference with me as well. So yeah, things are gonna be great. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week, and yeah, like I don't know, always sending you much love. Yeah, uns und sonst, yeah, that's yeah.